Unarmed by police. All of these incidents back to back.
Please don't tell me that he's gone.
To back.
From Eric Garner to Ahmaud Arbery, all part of a seemingly endless stream of footage, revealing the violence so many have experienced, challenging the police version of events.
Don't pull it off.
Some, like this of Philando Castile, posted in real time on social media.
And the officer just shot him.
Offering a narrative of lives cut short, igniting calls for racial justice.
It's wrong, period. It's wrong.
Floyd's sister Bridget left in disbelief.
I don't understand how someone could possibly let an individual go out like that.
There's a state of emergency in Black America. The pandemic that existed long before the coronavirus of racism and discrimination that often leads to the unjustifiable and unnecessary killings of people of color in America.
Outrage from the graphic video of Floyd dying spilling onto America's streets, from Houston to Chicago and Minneapolis. Where police in riot gear fired what appeared to be tear gas. This, the latest salvo in the country's reckoning on race.
Video is an indispensable part of our struggle to get justice in these cases. Without video, we're not talking about Ahmaud Arbery, we're not talking about George Floyd. Video is our evidence. Video is our proof.
Remembered by his friends as a loving father and a gentle giant.
The world gonna remember his name. The world gonna remember George Floyd. He wasn't supposed to go out like that.
Floyd, seen here in a 1992 high school football game, scoring a touchdown.
He was way better than me in football.
For former NBA player Steven Jackson, the loss of his 46-year-old friend is like losing family.
Floyd was my brother. My boy was doing what he's supposed to do, man. Y'all go and kill my brother, man.
We're real close. Ever since the teenagers, just being in the streets, growing up together.
Both Jackson and Floyd were star athletes growing up in Texas.
We have the same talent. We have the same dreams. We grew up in the same type of areas. I just had more opportunity.
Right now, we are dealing in unprecedented times in America. And very, very unfortunate what happened to George Floyd. Very, very unfortunate what has happened to so many people of color around the world. But I really, really think that now it's becoming, there's a shift. And a lot of people are recognizing what's going on. Thank goodness for the availability to have video, because now these things can't go unnoticed. Extremely hurt by what's been going on, extremely hurt by our communities, and just the country, the world in general, because there has been a shift with all of the protests, positive. I think it's been something that's been really, really good. My condolences to all the families that have had, their lives taken by police, as well as, those who have had their lives taken by those who have committed crimes against them. So we always a struggle, dealing with this topic and talking about things when it's pertaining to Black lives, because it tends to get brushed under the rug. But I really, really think right now we're at a time in our community and in our country and in the world where that's gonna no longer be tolerated.
Every day you practice, you need to put the kid's name on it. You need to take he or she's temperature. There's 4 questions on there you need to ask. See the questions at the top? Okay. I got a time. It should have, at the end of it, it's got a time, the time you started the workout and what time you finish. If you pull on the carpet and you don't have your paperwork, there's gonna be some consequences. All right? A couple of you guys coach high school. Some of you guys around high schools, you know it. They got rules that are strict, and we're standing on them. Water, each kid needs, I recommend each kid to get a water cooler. They go to Walgreens, buy them the coolers, put their water in it right now. And keep it there. There's no sharing water bottles or nothing. So you see the questions. Do you have a cough? Do you have feeling feverish? Do you have, we asked here, do you have been around anyone knowingly with COVID-19? All right, if it's got, all right, are you feeling shortness of breath? All those are the symptoms that you have if you have. How you gonna work out now? I know wearing these trying to work out, it makes it hard to breathe. You can get a sore throat just trying to breathe through these things, because you're doing harder. So if kids got them on, pay attention, coaches. Check what they get too hot, but if you're keeping your distance, you'll be all right. Most of our kids, we try to teach them to keep the mask under their chin or do the ear. You walk around here, when they're not 6 feet apart, they either got them on their chin, or when they get in time it's close to someone to talk, they automatically know, pull them up. I hand you 10, 15 pieces of paper a day. You can take it with you, and that way you can go. I know a person like Chris Brooks, Will, Rufus, I have 900 practices in one day. Your group should be numbers of 10. There's 1 coach, 9 boys. 3 coaches, 7 boys.
Yeah.
However you want to do it. Groups of 10. I shouldn't be receiving calls.
There's a team out there.
That Will got the whole South Side out there practicing right now.
Will there be a football season?
It's a great question. Our athletic director, Ray Merriweather, gave us the green light to go ahead and begin practicing, but we have to practice with social distancing. With football, it's extremely hard to practice with social distancing, but he gave us, you know, we have to, some stipulations. We have to practice with a mask, try to be able to keep the kids separated, and no equipment at this time. You know, so it's basically just conditioning for us. So we're going to try to be able to utilize it to the best of our abilities and practice in a way where we can still condition and be able to get work. But let's just be honest, it's extremely difficult. In my personal opinion, I think right now it's a 50% chance that we will have a season. It's a 50% chance that we won't, simply because all the cases are rising. What I will say, we won't get caught in a position where we aren't ready for a season if there happens to be a season. So our athletics director, Ray Merriweather, gave us the green light to be able to go ahead and start practicing in groups of 10 or less. I think it's about time for us to get back to work and make sure that if we do have a season, we're definitely prepared to do so.
Set.
Let's go.
Let's go, go. Come on back, go to the end of the line, go. Get that leg up, Miles, get out of there. There we go. Bring it back. Go. Come on, arms, Tajay, arms, quick. Go. Quick, there you go. I like it, go.
Coach CJ brings a lot of energy to our football team. You know, being a defensive coordinator, you have to You have to have grit. You have to have self-control, but you also have to be able to adjust and have a plan when you're playing a football game. I've stole Coach CJ from the Golden Dogs, who was an organization that I was brought up in, and he was a young coach, and just try to bring him under my wing. But he brings a lot of energy, a lot of great information, and his heart is in the right place, you know. And he's had success over the last years. In the Super Bowl, his defense, but our defense, which he led, you know, gave up 3 first downs in the Super Bowl and no touchdowns, you know. So I always live by, hey, if we don't score any points, we don't give up any points as well. So he did a really, really great job, and he's a very, very important piece to all of our success and all of our success that we are going to have in the future.
Hey, we are waiting. When we get to the ball, why are we slowing down? If you slow down, you're going to get your ass ran over. When you get to the ball, run through the ball. Sit. Go. Look at the hips, dropping our hips. Again. Go. Hey. Why are we in here? Wait for him to run through. My bad. Go. Quick. Take them hips. Quick. Thank you. Get low. Quick. Get there.
How did it feel to start off season conditioning for the 2020 season?
It was really good feeling. You know, not being around our kids, I think it kind of had more effect on the adults than it did actually the kids, because we missed those guys, you know. So it felt really good. Unfortunately, a lot of our kids are out of shape, but unfortunately, a lot of our kids really understood, even during this time. We're talking about 8-year-olds, that it was really important just to do something, you know. And a lot of our kids have been with us since we've been 5 and 6, you know. So this is their 3rd year kind of going through an off season, coming off a Super Bowl victory. So a lot of those kids, again, they really knew what it took to be able to get there. So it was good, it felt good, and again, we just want to be in a position, if we have football, to be able to put out a very good product on the field. And we have the coaches, we have the players. Now it's just going out there and putting it all together.